Oh, you're recording now?
Yes.
All right. My name is Brittany. I will be your therapist today. What is your name?
Hey, I'm Veronica.
Veronica. All right, so I just have to go over the limits of confidentiality with you. We'll do this beginning of, intake meetings just so you know exactly what we can talk about without, there's certain limitations that we have as far as recording goes. So I just wanted to go over that with you.
Sure, you're the expert.
All right, everything we discuss will be kept confidential except for the following. If you are appearing as a danger to yourself or others, any sexual or physical abuse of minors, vulnerable adults, or elders will be reported if the file is subpoenaed, or if you are threatening the life of the President of the United States. Then we have to call the FBI or CIA or something.
So how much of a threat to myself would that be?
Well, if you are, in suicidal ideation, any threats, that sort of thing. All right. Can you tell me a bit about the problem?
Well, here's the thing. I'm just so upset because my boyfriend says he's going to leave me. I'm not sure what his problem is, but he just says he can't stand my moods. I don't think they're that bad, but, I love him so much, and I can't imagine my life without him. And so I just have to figure out what to do to keep him. Things have just gotten really bad lately. I'm just worried about him leaving. He's great, but I used to have some friends in college, but they have turned against me. I think they're just jealous of him. I mean, he's pretty great. And so I think they just secretly wanted him, and they couldn't stand the fact that I had him and they didn't. So I feel like they're just out to get me and sabotage our relationship. So I think they are talking to him and trying to get him to break up with me. So I think that's a big part of the problem. So we've had some arguments, and things have got kind of heated. They say that I'm the one who's trying to get their boyfriends, but I think they're crazy. I did kind of ask one of them out on a date, but she just blew it way out of proportion. So when I'm with my boyfriend, Tony, I mean, things are great. We're so close, and we feel each other on this deep level. I can't even explain it. But I can't stand when we're not together. I just start to doubt our relationship as soon as he's gone. I just feel like he's going to leave me and never come back. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of the main problem. I just want to make sure that I'm doing what I need to so that I can keep him in my life.
Do you think any of your behaviors are problematic, or do you think this is just a normal reaction to the situation?
Well, I don't know. People always say that I'm, just out there and that I'm too loud, and I don't know. They call me moody, but I think really it's their problem. But like I said, I want to make sure that I'm kind of covering all my bases and doing what I need to do to, show that I'm better.
Sure. Have people brought this to your attention before, or is this more a recent thing when you were with your current boyfriend?
Well, I had a couple boyfriends in high school, but they didn't really last that long. I kind of got tired of them. Things were great for a while, but they just know, they would just say or do something, and I would just be like, I'm so done with you. You know, it was just like, that's it. You know, I know what I want, and if they're not going to do that, then I don't want to have anything to do with them.
Have these sort of, you said your friends call it moodiness, you don't think it's quite moodiness. Does it cause problems in any other areas of your life besides relationships?
Well, I don't know if it's moodiness. I guess I got a couple speeding tickets because I was upset and angry, and I was just didn't care, and I was just flooring it, and just yeah. So I mean, that's the only other thing. I mean, well, I mean, I guess, you know, there was the infection that I got. You know, I've been, you know, when I'm with my boyfriend, everything's great. You know, Tony's really wonderful, and we're so close. But then when he's gone, I just feel this terrible just ache and emptiness, and I just don't know what to do with it. So I kind of feel like I can connect with him when I have his soccer cleats. And I just, you know, it just kind of started out where I was just kind of rubbing, you know, with them and smelling them, holding them. But then I kind of started cutting myself a little bit with them. And one of them got infected because I suppose they were kind of dirty. And I had to go to the doctor and get some antibiotics for it. But other than that, I mean, you know, it's just kind of more.
Is there any situations that seem to make these problems worse? You seem to say when he's not around.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess he threatened to leave me this time because I put something on Facebook because he was at this stupid business meeting, and I was just feeling awful, and so I posted something on there about, you know, taking a bunch of pills, and so it worked. He left the business meeting. But, you know, I had just been drinking, and I was kind of sprawled out on the floor without my clothes on, and apparently he was upset by that, and so he just said he'd had enough and he was going to leave. But I think he's making too big of a deal out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to get his attention.
So these problems, do they mainly affect just your personal life with your relationships and that sort of thing, or do they delve into any other areas, work, finances?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, maybe the speeding tickets were, you know, they were kind of expensive. You know, and sometimes I'll go shopping if I'm feeling bad, and, you know, I'll probably spend too much, but my dad usually kind of covers if I go over on my credit cards and can't pay it, so I guess that's his problem.
Have you sought treatment ever before for anything related?
No, I've been good. I haven't needed it.
Okay.
It's been all right.
So now you mentioned threat on Facebook. I mean, kind of an empty threat, but a threat nonetheless.
I could have taken a bunch of those.
Right. Do you have any thoughts or plans to, you know, kill yourself? Any suicidal ideation?
Well, I don't know. You know, when Tony's gone, I just kind of wonder, you know, maybe he would really love me forever if I, you know, had some terrible disease, or if I really did kill myself. You know, maybe he would be heartbroken. But I don't know. I think about it, but I don't know if I really would.
Any plans, anything specific, or just more of a fleeting thought?
Yeah, more. I just kind of, I kind of think more about how other people would react.
Have you ever been suicidal or attempted suicide?
Well, when I was a teenager and my parents were getting a divorce, I did try to slit my wrists, and they brought me to the hospital, but they said it wasn't. They said I wasn't really in any danger, but I was just trying to get my parents back together.
How about plans to hurt somebody else? Any plans or thoughts about that?
Well, my friends, if they try to take my boyfriend, I mean, mostly I've just thought about ways to sabotage their relationships or like shave their head when they're drunk or something like that. Not really hurt them physically, just make them miserable.
No sort of homicidal plans?
No.
Right. Any physical manifestations? Any problems sleeping or eating, falling asleep?
Yeah, when I'm really upset, I can't sleep. And then I just kind of go for a drive and speed around, and when I'm mad. But I mean, that only happens a couple times a week, so.
All right. Have you seen any marked increase or decrease in your sex drive?
No, we have good sex, so it's no problem.
All right. Any changes in your body weight or eating habits?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I look pretty good, so.
Let's see. So you said, okay, in the last month, have you been feeling depressed at all? Any feelings of depression?
I don't know, maybe a little bit. I mean, I just feel like my chest is empty when Tony's gone. I just don't want to do anything, or I just don't want to be without him. I don't want to feel like doing anything unless he's around.
Have any traumatic events happened recently?
No, I don't think so.
Any medications at all?
No.
All right. And you say you're not currently seeking any psychological treatment?
No,
correct?
just you.
All right. Nothing in the past as far as psychological treatment?
Well, I guess I did see a counselor for a little bit after my parents got divorced. They kind of made me go, but I don't know. He was stupid. He didn't know anything, so I mean, it maybe helped a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think he knew what he was talking about.
All right. Have you ever had a psychiatric hospitalization?
Well, just when I was a teenager, I didn't stay in for very long, but after my suicide attempt, I was in for a couple days, but then they wanted me to do some counseling and whatever, and my parents, said they would do it and didn't really follow through on it.
Was that the only time that you were in a psychiatric hospital?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say, well, how would you describe that experience?
I don't know. I didn't really feel like I belonged there. I mean, it was just a couple scratches. I thought they made too big a deal out of it. But I don't know, maybe I just didn't like being there, and so I just kind of was able to kind of figure stuff out enough so that I didn't have to go back.
So can you tell me anything about your immediate family, your mother, your father? I know you said they're divorced, but are they both still living?
Yep, yeah, they live separate, and yeah, I go visit both of them, and I have an older sister, and she's out, and she's like 5 years older than me, so we were never really all that close growing up. But yeah, she lives, it's like an hour away, so I see her once in a while and visit her and with her kids and her husband. So
Do you have a good relationship with your mother and father?
yeah, I don't know. My mom and I kind of butt heads. I don't know. She's always telling me to do stuff and telling me what I should do. She doesn't want me to go into dance, and so we just fight about that mostly. But me and my dad, we're pretty close, so we get along pretty good.
All right.
I don't know, yeah, what I would do without him.
Have any of them, or have your mother,
Check
father,
just to make sure this is still going. Okay.
has your mother, father, or sister ever suffered from any mental illnesses?
Well, I don't know. I think my mom maybe was on something for anxiety for a while, but I don't know. Never really said much about that. They kind of, I don't know. My parents kind of would fight about kind of her stuff and whether she was gonna, get a job or stay home with us, or that's all I really remember.
Any problems with drugs or alcohol?
Well, I mean, I drank. I'm in college, so.
How about your family?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't know. My dad drinks sometimes, He'll drink a couple, 2, 3 nights a week after work. Kick back and have a few.
All right. How about in your extended family? Any mental illnesses or problems with alcohol or drug use?
No, I got an aunt who's a little kooky, I guess. I don't know. She never married, well, I guess she's never technically been married, but she's, been with a lot of guys, but she's had some problems with drugs, but I don't know, my family doesn't say too much. They've kind of just cut her out, so I don't hear much about her.
Sure. Let's talk a little bit about your early development. Were you born in the Twin Cities?
Yep. Yeah. Maple Grove.
Okay. And your mother's pregnancy, was that normal? As far as you know?
Yeah, she hasn't said anything about it.
Right. And do you recall being slow to walk, talk, toilet train, breathing, any sort of developmental delays?
No, I don't know. I just know what's in my baby book, and it all looked good.
Sure. And then, what was your economic standing growing up? Lower, middle?
Oh, we did pretty good. I don't know. I mean, my dad made plenty of money, and he always pampered us girls, and so I don't know. My mom always kind of wanted to go back to work, but my dad just said she didn't need to, so why worry about it?
Sure. Did either of your parents ever remarry?
No. My dad has a girlfriend though.
Do you get along with her pretty well?
No, she's a bitch.
Okay.
No, I don't like her at all.
Any particular reason?
I don't know. She just thinks she's really great. I don't know. She just thinks she's all that.
Sure.
I don't see it.
Right. On a different note, growing up, did you have many close friends?
I don't know. I was friends with boys more than girls. I don't know. Girls were just kind of catty, and I don't know, you just never knew what they were trying to do. It was like they always, I don't know, they'd be your friend or they'd pretend to be your friend, and then they were, you'd see them talking and you'd think they were talking about you. I don't know, I had a better time with the boys. They were easier to get along with.
Sure. Did you do pretty well in high school?
Yeah.
Grades?
Yeah, I don't know. I was more into dance and art, so I didn't really get into like the math and science stuff. That was kind of dumb, and so I did all right. I got B's and C's. I passed.
And you said you're currently in college, right?
Yeah, but I'm at a dance school, so it's not like it's real hard classes or anything. We have like art appreciation, and that's more my speed.
Sure. You say you do pretty well in it?
Yeah, I'm a really good dancer. I think I have what it takes to go all the way. So.
Sure. We're going to change direction a little here. What is your sexual orientation?
Oh, I'm straight.
Okay. And,
well, I don't know. I guess I've had fantasies about girls, but never really acted on it, so I guess I'm straight.
sure. What has been your longest relationship that you've had?
Well, probably with Tony now. We're going on 2 months, so that's pretty good. It's like we're getting serious. So.
And how old are you?
23.
23. All right. And how would you spoke a little about how you describe the relationship. You said you kind of understand each other on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how about when you have arguments? What are you arguing about?
Well, he got mad because he heard that I had asked one of my friend's boyfriends up on a date. And so, we went back and forth about that, and I just, told him he was making too much out of it. I was just kidding, really. I wasn't really, like, asking him out. Sometimes he just says I'm too emotional, and I don't know. And then I just sometimes it's just hard to know what he wants, just to be what he wants.
Sure. What is your current living situation? Do you live on your own?
I'm in an apartment with a couple of roommates.
You get along with them pretty well?
No, we don't really
Okay.
spend much time together. It's more just a living arrangement.
Sure. What do you do for leisure activities?
Mostly I dance. I do that a lot of hours a day. Spend time with children and stuff.
Do you spend a lot of time with Tony?
I try to as much as I can.
Sure. How long is
If only he didn't have a job.
right? So you don't work.
No, I'm. Like I said, my dad give me money if I need it, so he just wants me to focus on my studies, and so I do that.
How much time, do you think you spend with Tony each day, let's say?
Well, when he gets off work, we'll spend pretty much, the whole night together, and he sleeps over at my place most of the time, or, sometimes I'll go over to his place, and, I would spend 24 hours a day with him if I could.
All right. So other than speeding tickets, have you been gotten in any other kind of trouble with the law?
I got a minor when I was 18. But other than that, no.
Alright. So other than the divorces, have you ever considered anything in your life as a traumatic event? Any violent crime, any abuse, that sort of thing?
No.
Okay. Drug and alcohol use, you say you drink a little bit. How often do you drink?
Well, most weekends. Tony and I will go out. I don't know. My friends and I used to go out, but we've kind of been arguing, and so we haven't been going out lately. But yeah, so
How much do you drink when you do go out?
I don't know, 6, 7 drinks a night.
So is that like beers or is that shots?
Usually like mixed drinks, like Captain Coke or
Or is
Colorado
it-
Sour.
Sure. Is that throughout the whole evening or?
Yeah, I mean, we go out at 9 o'clock, and so slam a few before we go, and then go out to the club and have a few more, and
Have you ever drank to the point of passing out or blacking out?
a few times.
As this kid minor said, have you, as an adult, had any legal problems drinking?
No, I mean, the college campus is pretty laid back about it, so, and I'm of age now, so it's not a problem, but
Right.
yeah. No, I mean, it's never been an issue.
No, has anybody been concerned about it? Friends, relatives?
Well, Tony was pissed off when I, said I had taken a bunch of pills, and he just found me drunk, and he was, he gets on my case if I'm drinking alone, because he just thinks that's not good, and so we kind of argue about that.
These pills that you take, what kind are they?
Well, I never actually took them, I just said I took
Oh,
them,
okay.
so, yeah, so I was just,
Do you use
seeing what his reaction would be.
Sure. Do you use any other drugs recreationally? Marijuana, tobacco, cocaine, amphetamines?
I'll smoke once in a while when I'm drinking, but
Smoke cigarettes?
yeah.
Cigarettes. All
I
right.
guess I've smoked marijuana a couple times, but
Sure. Do you have any problems with gambling at all?
no.
All right. How about compulsive shopping? You said you do tend to shop a lot. Would you say it's excessive or compulsive in nature?
Well, I don't know. I have a couple hundred pair of shoes, so I don't know. I mean, my dad will sometimes say, that I'm going overboard, but he keeps paying, so he must not think it's too bad.
Sure. Have you ever had problems from having too much sex?
No, I mean, I got a bladder infection one time, but I don't know if that was from too much sex or.
Sure. Any medical conditions that I should know about?
No, I don't think so.
All right, then. I think that brings us to the end of this interview. So I appreciate you coming in today and telling me about yourself. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Make sure. Oh, good. Okay. I know when I was doing the one for